Hello ladies and gentlemen, Pitchas here, and today I'll continue doing videos. And this is game between Caruana and young Krzysztof Duda. I saw Fabi, I think maybe for the first time in Poland, maybe second. I could have seen him in some Grand Prix, but not really. And I just wanted to say that my opinion of him, seeing him, is that he's really the guy who can see a lot much deeper than like regular GM, yeah, and he plays for some strategic ideas, yeah, and he had an enormous blitz ranking. I don't know how he got it. I think he's not going to be a world champion in blitz. And maybe rapid, yeah, but definitely he can become a world champion in classical chess because sometimes, not always, yeah, but you can decide a game with certain maneuver, yeah, certain idea, and he's definitely capable of finding very interesting ideas over the board. And a lot of practical players, I think, these days, practical in the sense that they transpose positions, play quickly, and play really, I don't know, tactical wise, but Fabi is the player who can win with ideas. And so I wish him luck. And let's see the game. So Duda plays white, he plays d4. Now he plays both openings. You can't really expect him to play anything all the time. Knight f6, knight f3, a bit closed move. d5. So white has to suggest a plan. It's not going to be a forced position. And he plays bishop f4, London opening, which really, like all these memes regarding London opening, they are true to some extent. Yeah, I didn't expect, when I played a lot against it with black on the internet, and it's really tough task to deal with. g6, a bit small surprise for me. Normally I think black rarely plays like that because of this, stable center, and people say that it's not the best bishop here, but Fabi decided to play this. Knight to d2. You don't want to play c4 really. I think it's a mistake in this kind of positions because opening up this game in the center, so you help this bishop to get more active. And Fabi wants to make it active. c3. b6. This is setup, I think, played by MVL when I checked it. Knight to d7, because in these positions these two pieces are passive, yeah, so it's a good idea to exchange them. And h4. This is like, I'd say, internet style. I see a lot of players play this while the center is closed, essentially, and you want to open up the game and mate black. So this is logical. So knight takes, knight to c6, takes, and h5. So I would be worried in this position for black, because even though it doesn't look that dangerous for black, I still think that white has good initiative and good position here. Queen d6, this is the engine move, and Caruana is already out of his prep. Queen a4, this idea to capture and transfer queen somewhere here because of this bishop. It's you can't really put your queen closer to black's king. So Fabi took, not in order to close the center. And bishop f5. But I don't know. a bit dubious move for me. Ancient suggests bishop d7, which is hard to play actually, yeah, because white now wants to transfer the queen. It's very human move, let's say bishop f5, but not really, just okay, developing move, let's say. Don't want to be too critical. Knight to f1, going to g3, trying to win a tempo, and g5. I don't recommend to try moves like this because against a good player they're always winning. Yeah, Fabi did win the game with g5, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, he already foreseen his future maneuver with knight to g6. Yeah, after white basically has to play at some point h6. But what I'm saying then that in all my career, like moving pawns from your king is not the best idea. Yeah, you never can, see all what white can do. Yeah, and you just normally lose a tempo. But the move is okay. Knight e3. Finally, bishop goes back, and h6. So. This is like Carlsen move. I've seen a lot of his games playing this. Because this pawn, it's not like end of the world obviously, but it creates so much tactics against black's king, yeah, that it's really hard, impossible to cope with this. Queen to b3, e6, defending the pawn. Just developing, queen c2 and f5. So black proves that they, I think, foreseen all this. Yeah, now black's position is slightly better. Hard to attack this pawn on g5 because black will just defend it, and black won a lot of space, and it's hard for white to start attacking. And king is in the center. Probably he thought something like this, but it's really a bit slow, and knight to b4. So the position is it's better for black now. So he starts opening the center. Queen c3, aligning in this diagonal. So you cannot really play this because of okay, at some point white will play d4, and again this pawn will do a lot of damage to black's position. So Fabi of course understands that. They start maneuvering. G3, preventing from f4. Anyways, I wouldn't, I think, play like this. But hard for white to find an active plan because actually currently the pieces are quite passive. Yeah, they're not coordinated, and also this is like a Dutch wall, yeah, which takes all the squares in the center. So even though ancient gives like small advantage for black, I think I'd be very upset with white here. Bishop c6, again cementing this d5. Queen f6. One of the principles in these positions that before you want to advance in the center, you want to improve your pieces as much as possible. Yeah, so because white for some reason cannot do anything. Yeah, here they have to wait what will happen. Rook d2. So maneuvering, and f4. Now Fabi decided that he can move his knight to f5. Takes, king d1. Started running with the king, and bishop e8. Very nice maneuver. Now it's only piece that it's not bad, but it's definitely not the greatest here. And of course putting it on this g6, really good idea. So both players are in time trouble. Duda has 1 minute, Caruana with 10, and he has advantage, so much easier to find a good move than to defend. Takes b5, very standard. Now he tries to take the d5 square for his knight, yeah, and so these two pieces, minor pieces, will dominate the position. b4, trying to attack the c3, bishop e3, and a5, which engine suggests is a mistake. I think it's just a quick move by black, and engine suggests e5. Yeah, just like giving up a pawn, which I wouldn't consider, but so engine knows best here. And rook to d1. So it's funny. I'd say that black is winning here, but according to engine, after bishop f5, they are like better. That this pinned king, knight on c3, just don't give black anything. So this modern chess. So it's like engine position and totally different from like human point of view. Knight e5. But I'd never see how black is like can be worse here, because all these pawns are pinned. King doesn't have really a good place to go. It can go anywhere because of this, and luckily black's king is in safety. And in this position, it was like decisive mistake. So you can think how to play with black here. And black played knight takes d5, and a lot of so the problem is that they cannot give mate really, because if they take, then it's check and it's defended. So he took here, yeah, and if he so he took knight takes and king g8, so no mate. Queen controls the d8 square, but notice that white is losing obviously with this queen, which is extremely strong in this position, but still even in the endgame this pawn creates some problems, yeah, practical problems. Check f3. Again, you can give mate because this queen protects 8 and Fabi protects perfectly. Check and b3, the last move of the game, because if you take, you cannot stop this pawn from queening. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and